Hello and welcome to a VRML community cast. Onward, tonight we have Nightfall versus Death Wish, and we're going to be starting out on Arctic. Been seeing a lot of Arctic this season, which I'm pretty excited for. Love to see the customs getting in the mix, love to see when we do have comp level customs, that is, of course. But no, I'm glad to see we're getting a more variety and getting past just the DPI maps. Speaking of DPI maps, if you've played the new one, Egress, let me know what you think about it in the chat. I have not played it much, so I'm not really sure what I think. My first impression is it reminds me of some of the urban maps from 1.7, but beyond that, I don't really know too much about it yet. Anyways, that's not what we're doing tonight. Tonight we're doing Arctic with Nightfall and Death Wish. Nightfall is a new team to me. Let me check over here. I'm not sure if this is their first, what they got. Looks like this is Nightfall's first match. On the other side, on the visitor side, we've got Death Wish, who we have seen before. We've seen Death Wish a couple times before, although I do see a new player for Death Wish, Shinru Shui. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. We're just going to call him Shin from now on. Shin used to play for Hydra, somewhat a pretty accomplished team, made it up to gold, maybe flirted with diamond, I'm not sure. So that's a good pickup for Death Wish. And with that, I hear some beeps. So let me get you brought over for round one here on Arctic. We'll jump over in with the Marsoc. Nightfall on Marsoc. Death Wish on Volk. Hadn't actually said that yet, although I had said home and away or home and visit or whatever. Got Zamboni, Pepperoni, and Big Red going to the southeast. Pero, Gramster, and Sheer Cult moving west across the north. Savory Pickle and Vex pushing out in the middle. Sheer Cult might be running into people. I'm running into an invisible wall. Brett's Preston here in the north building. Brett's Preston gonna pick up Sheer Cult through the double door there. Brett's Preston also down Gramster, but they did go down to Pero. Pero gonna get the revive, making it a 4v4. Hard to see those blue dots on the sky. Ooh, Savory Pickle picks up Big Red as PS Will picks up Zamboni Pepperoni. That was the south push. Savory Pickle gonna pick up Pero. Gramster last one up. Gramster has gone down already, so they are just a bullet away. Let's jump in with Gramster, see how they play it here in the center building. Vex right there waiting, taking a couple shots on the jiggle peek. Quick peek. I don't know if that. I should be careful using the J word. That was one peek. It was a quick peek. I don't think the J word applies. PS Will probably watching still. Yep, PS Will was watching that angle earlier and was still there, gonna pick up that kill, giving Death Wish their first point of the night. Let me get that up on the board. Let's see if I set up my shortcuts right. I did. Excellent. Let's get that up for a second for us. Good defense to Death Wish. They had 3 members up. What happened there? Brett's Preston went down in the north. They did get a kill and they knocked somebody, so that's a pretty good venture. On defense, pretty much always, if you're able to take one with you, that's good enough. You've done your part. Everybody takes one, and you end up with the win normally. But that was last round on defense. This will be this round on offense for Death Wish. Got them over here in the northeast, loading in as Marsoc. Vexed, Shin, PS Will, Savory, and bruh, it's Preston. Let's see how they split up. Sounds like they're worried, or not worried, but calling attention to the risk of an aggressive defense. That flash going out, I think that flash was probably too tall. Might have hit Savory Pickle, but I think it was too tall. Gramster has pushed way out, like they said someone might. PS Will gonna be ready for it? Let's find out. Zamboni picking up Savory Pickle. Zamboni's all the way in the south there. That was all the way across. Sheer Colt gonna pick up Vexed. I shouldn't be watching Gramster, apparently. What angle is Gramster watching if they haven't seen PS Will yet? There's a... No, that box is as big as the door. Gramster rotating out, gonna get picked up by Shin, making it a 3v4, 3v3 as Zamboni Pepperoni goes down to PS Will in the south. Sheer Colt making a flank in the north. They've got a lot of defenders off objective. Brutz, Preston, and Shin might not be ready for this rotate from Colt. Shin was not ready. Bruh coming back for it. Brutz, Preston gonna find Sheer Colt, bringing it to a 2v2, and that second player who had flanked out is now much closer to OBJ. Pero also right back on there. I don't think I mentioned it yet, but we're on the southwest OBJ inside the warehouse. The curious among you have probably already checked your minimap and seen that. My bad, y'all. Big Red gonna take down PS Will, leaving Jess Prudz Preston. That south approach has been deadly for both sides. PS Will got a couple kills on a similar peak as Big Red is on right now. Not the same one exactly. Shots going out, Preston taking damage. Gonna have to use their syringe. I think that was Will taking those shots. Preston does have plenty of time to work with, still 3.5 minutes on the clock, as Pero on a rotate. Oh, it's Pero, not PS Will, excuse me. PS Will's on Death Wish. PS Will, my bad, dude. So, now it's a 1v1. Alright, let's jump in with the other side. Brides Preston took out Pero, pushing on them after that little exchange across the whole, western alley, I guess we'll call it. Sorry, I don't have great callouts for Arctic. I'm working on it. Big Red for Nightfall, holding tight. I think they were down on the lower level earlier. Now that they're last up, they're taking a little more of a control position. They do know Preston was in the north because of the engagement with Pero. Oh, but Brett's Preston on the slow peak, gonna get that kill. Gonna get that kill onto Big Red up there on the landing. Oh, where's my, oh, that's why I've got it gone. There we go. Bring us to a 1-2-1. No, it's a 2-1. I thought it was a 1-1 because it was a Volk point and then it was a Marsoc point. But they were both Death Wish, so let me fix that scoreboard real quick that I got wrong. And now I can bring you over. There we go, 2-0 to Death Wish. Picking up that last kill, getting that point on kills here in the second. Oh, I'm in the wrong program. Here on the second round on Arctic. Nightfall had a good defense. I'm not saying it was a wrong decision from Pero to rotate there at the end, but I wonder if they had chosen to not go aggressive there, what might have happened in a 2v1. I don't know, I'm a wimp. In a 2v1, I probably wouldn't have made that push. But it's Arctic, I don't know. Arctic's kind of like cargo. The rules are a little different. And aggro is usually rewarded. So I can't really fault Pero. I'm not chiding or anything. Like I said, I'm just a wimp. So that's what stood out to me. Anyways, moving on. When we do come back in, as I am right now hearing the beeps, it's gonna be this OBJ here in the center, right by the center alley. Let's still got the northeast spawn. Not a lot of spawns on Arctic. It's also like cargo in that way. But we do have Nightfall back on Marsoc. Let's follow the group of three, see what they're doing here in the south. Pepperoni, Gramster, and Big Red. We got Pero and Colt going across in the north. Gonna run into Bruts Preston as I'm stuck on another invisible wall. Pero and Savory Pickle right on top of each other. It looks like Sheer Colt gonna pick up Preston. What's going on here? Pero does pick up Savory Pickle. I don't know if that was smoke or if there was a flash maybe, but Pero was just hanging out there waiting behind him. That was curious. Oh, I've got a whole bunch of chat over here I haven't seen yet. My bad, guys. I'll check that later. Pero picking up Vexed. I don't even know if I saw it. Shin picking up Sheer Colt. Zamboni Pepperoni taking out... oh, we've only got one left. Let's check in with Zero. Shin, as I think there might be somebody capping already. I think Zamboni's capping under smoke. Pero's in there too. There is smoke on OBJ. It looks weird. We can't see. There it is. Yep. And I think that was... Let's get this back. I think that was Pero got that. Yeah, Pero got that cap under the smoke. You saw it there right when the cap came out and we jumped out of the first person. But yeah, in first person you can't see the smoke. Anyways, good cap to Pero. And excellent, nicely done to Nightfall to not take the last kill and to wait for the cap, tying them up at 2v2 here on Arctic. Gotta love these small dynamic maps because they give you action like that. And just as you thought Deathwish might have been pulling away, it's all of a sudden a whole new game. Good for us casters, good for us viewers, hard on the players. When we come back in, we will still be on this center western, right outside the center alley OBJ. Gonna be Deathwish's turn to see if they can get a point or two back. They'll be on Marsoc, so they can get 1 point for kills and 2 for the uplink. For those who are new to Onward. Alright, sorry about that. I was checking into some other stuff and fell a little behind. We're coming back in for, this is round 4. There was a cap, so it's throwing us off a little bit. Colt, oh, bunch of kills. Colt got Preston, Shin got the refrag, Zamboni Pepperoni in the south got Savory Pickle, PS Will gonna rotate out instead of pushing it. That is quickly a 3v4 in Nightfall's favor. Saw in the chat in between rounds there, we've got Operator Derg and Zero Cool both showing up in the chat. Thank you for being here. Giving your vote of support to Nightfall. And I understand your logic. There are some good names on that team. Zamboni Pepperoni picking up PS Will in the south. I missed it. There are some good names on that team, but Deathwish is putting up a fight so far, and it's been good to watch. Vexed and Shin. Oh, Shin going down to Zamboni, peeking around those barrels there, leaving just Vexed for Deathwish. Got 4 Nightfall to contend with. That's a tough task. But with this OBJ, and especially with this defense, if they're able to get in just right, they might be able to get the cap off. Gramster gonna rotate and get the pick. Alright, Graham's going to get that pick, giving Nightfall a 3-2 lead and bringing them up onto map point. Let's get swapped over there. Map point to Nightfall. We come back in, it's going to be the SUV OBJ in the center south. Deathwish defending, gotta defend, gotta hold out to stay alive in the map, push it to a round 7 decider. It'll actually be a 0.7 decider because of the cap. It'll be a round 6 decider if they are able to get the win. Nightfall, if they can get the cap, can go up to a 5-2. That's always good for the MMR. That is not necessary though. They just need the 1 point. Just need to pick up some kills and they'll take the map. We'll see what happens when we hear the beeps and we bring you back over. And there are our players back in. Still on a northeast spawn. I think, have we spawned in this spot every round? I think maybe one of them, no, in the last one did they spawn in the center? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're moving on. Sheer Cult pushing aggressively into the center. Zamboni, Pepperoni, and Big Red pushing south. Pickle going down to Sheer Cult in the north. PS Will picking up Big Red, pushing past the dome. Vex trading shots with Zamboni in the south. I can't quite go further. I want to go more south. Gramster picking up Preston. Shin getting the refrag onto Gramster. It's a 3v3. Zamboni in there, probably tablet out. Gonna go down under smoke. Vex saving a cap. 3v2. Sheer Cult coming back in from the west, picking up Vex in the back. Nicely done. PS Will going down to Pero, just Shinru, and Sheer Cult gonna pick up that last kill from the southwest, giving the point and the map to Nightfall, making a 4-point comeback. Well, nicely done, boys. Gents, players, fellas, guys, I don't know. It's 2023. Probably shouldn't have all of my things be all male, but I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they are all guys. Who cares? Moving on. 4-2 on Arctic. Nightfall went down too early on a strong opening from Deathwish, but then were able to come back. They got that cap, and that put a lot of momentum back in their favor. And then picked up 2 rounds worth of kills, and that secured them the map. All of our players have exited the lobby, so we're just going to rehost real quick. And once we know what the new map is, I'll get that up on the board. And once we're all voted in, I'll get you back over. I'll check back in just a moment once we get some more info. Alright, and we do have all 10 players loaded in on Snow Peak. We're just waiting to get all 10 greens, then we'll get you brought back over for the first round on map 2, which I think I just said the name was Snow Peak. I didn't actually announce it's Snow Peak, but you probably saw it pop up there on the screen. Looks like we'll be starting with, we'll be starting with the East Tunnel OBJ. East Tunnel OBJ with Death Wish on Marsoc is his Death Wish's map pick. And we'll have Nightfall on Volk here in just a moment once we get all 10 greens. Alright, we're over here. They got the quick spawn in the garage for Death Wish. Got Shin, Preston, and Vexed pushing outside. The other two making early contact. PS Will running into Pero. Savory going down. Flash coming out. Pero gonna pick up Savory Pickle. Got the C4. And they're also gonna get PS Will, who was flashed. Quick 2-piece for Nightfall brings it to a 3v5. Wiping out that whole approach. Excuse me. That whole southeastern approach inside the tunnel there. Preston pushing up into Horseshoe. I lost the other two. Vexed. Shin's around here somewhere. Oh, there's an invisible wall. Big Red and Preston gonna trade. That's a... Oh, Big Red just downed. Leaving just oh, and Gramster gonna get the revive. It's 2v4, Vexed and Sheen against Vexed and Sheen against five Nightfall. That's tough. That's tough, especially on this OBJ. This one's really one of the ones you kind of want to have some bodies to throw at it. Sheer Colt pushing out to the north might give Vexed an opportunity, but no, Sheer Colt's going to pick up that kill. See, we got some more chat from Operator Durg. They did indeed get that cap. Sheen pretty far off, still just passing the 4-minute mark. Up here in the North Valley, I guess we'll call it. Thinking about Murder Room, gonna bypass it and continue on to the north end of the tunnel and find their teammate's dead body. Sheer Colt pushing out again. Throwing a flash. Flash might have hit, but it came in too late as Sheen does get that kill, but Big Red will get the refrag as Sheen pushes into the north tunnel. North end of the tunnel, if you will, I guess. That's probably a better way of saying that. And give me a quick second, I need to do some caster stuff. But that is the first point of the map to Nightfall. Alright, so we got that first point on the board for Nightfall here on Snowpeak. On a good defensive round here in the East Tunnel, OBJ. Giving, who was that? I think that was Pero with the C4 kill early, wiping out the whole eastern push from Deathwish, kind of threw their timing off. And then the other three were picked off one at a time, not able to link up and make any coordinated chaos or coordinated push or anything. Which makes it harder when you have all 5 of the defenders alive. Alright, there are the beeps. Let me get jumped over. And we'll bring you over as well. Looks like Axel on RR. Let's go Shrix. Is Shrix in this game? Shrix is not in this game. I guess Shrix is on one of these teams. I could check the roster. Anyways, I lost the players. Where are they? There we go. We got Pero, Sheer Cult, and Zamboni going over towards Murder Room. Gramster, Big Red pushing into the Horseshoe. Drone going out in the north. Got Vexed OVL here. Gonna take out that drone, I think. I don't hear the drone anymore. Oh yeah, there's the dead drone. Flash coming out. That's gonna hit. Vexed will be able to back out in time. No, Sheer Cult gets the pick. Sheer Cult gets the pick on an aggressive push here into the north end of the tunnel. Kind of a bad smoke. I don't think that got the distance they wanted. They're gonna pick it up and rethrow it. Big Red revives Gramster. I didn't see Gramster go down. Sheer Cult picks up Brutz. Preston, it's now a 5v2 with just Savory Pickle and Shin here on OBJ. Savory Pickle gonna pick up Zamboni 4v2. Shin rotating back for a southern push. Not gonna find anything, or at least a southern position. Good smoke coming in. That's going to cut the defenders off from the cap approach. Shin's going to move that smoke. That's a good move. Pero going to pick up Savory Pickle 4v1. Shin last up again. Somebody gets hit. I think that was Shin got hit. And Sheer Cult going to find the last kill there in the smoke. 2 points for Nightfall. It was a good push. They started off with a lot of aggression, but then once they got in and knocked a couple defenders out, they slowed up, regrouped, and squeezed. Once again, doing a good job of picking off defenders one at a time and not allowing them to team up anywhere. We'll be moving to Single Hanger OBJ when we come back. Single Hanger OBJ is not one of my favorite ones on Snowpeak. It's not a bad one, it's just not one of my favorite ones. And if you've seen many of my casts before, you know that the ones that are not my favorites are usually that way because I'm bad at them, not because there's anything wrong at them. Anything wrong with them. That's probably what I meant to say. Anyways, we'll have that North Hanger Single Hanger OBJ when we get the beeps here in just a moment. Alright, let's jump in with our Marsoc. We've got Deathwish on Marsoc. I've got 1, 2, 3. There's the 5th one. They're here in the southeast spawn. Gonna get a 4-1 split, turning into a 1-3-1 split. We'll follow the group of 3. I like to follow the bigger group. Got an aggressive push out from Sheer Cult all the way across the lake already, pushing this little shack. And they make it into the shack. I'm surprised PS Will didn't see that. PS Will picks up Zamboni Pepperoni across the way. Shin gonna find Sheer Cult. Let me just check my. Oh yeah, looking at the mini map. Oh, Imperial going down to Vexed in the east. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my mini map real quick. So let's pull this up. So over there on that east rock outside the horseshoe, that was Pero. At the shack in the south, that was Sheer Cult, and then just west of the sniper perch, that was Zamboni Pepperoni. My game is going to lag out a little bit as we are at a 5v2 for Death Wish. Sorry for the frame droppage. Hopefully it'll catch up and be happy before long. Yeah, I think we're doing okay now. PS Will and Shin continuing to push into the west. I think they're going to make an approach around the lake. Savory Pickle over here. Still where they got those kills. A lot of shots going out. I think that's going to be for Gramster. Yeah, I don't think these guys down here are going to be able to see Big Red. See, we got, Vexed and Preston are off somewhere else. Let's check in with them. Vexed over here outside Horseshoe. Preston in the north, I think? No, Preston was... 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh yeah, there they all are, sorry. Vexed, Preston... Yeah, we've got 4 south of the lake. And then it was just Vexed off by themselves over here in the north, or in the east. Have kind of slowed up a little bit after those 3 kills went out relatively quickly. Still just going past the 3.5 minute mark though, so plenty of time for the players to work with. Vexed is starting to get close. Our 4 players in the south. Actually, the guys on the lake are probably about the same distance as Vexed. They're on the lake, so it feels farther away. That's Shin on the lake. Preston approaching from the west side of the lake. Flash going out, not going to connect with anyone. So, we've got Savory Pickle there, southeast lake, Shin on the lake, PS Will and Preston on the west part of the lake, west of the lake. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining, they are gonna need to start getting a little more aggressive soon. Still a bit of time to work with for how far away they are, but well, I already said they're gonna have to start moving soon. I probably didn't need a but there. Shrix is Sheer Cult. Axelf lets me know in the chat. Thank you for that. I was not aware. I think we might have had a... Oh, Vexed going down to OVL over here. Wait, no, Vexed is OVL. Going down to Big Red over here in the east. Shin looking for Big Red. Gramster gonna find Preston. Big Red rotating back. This could be... PS Will gonna find Gramster, and this could be bad news for Nightfall. PS Will going tablet out 2-1 as Shin gonna get the refrag. I think Shin had an idea Big Red was there and was hoping for the cap, but once that kill went out, wisely took the point. Gonna give us a 2-1 here on Snow Peak after 3 rounds. Alright, coming back in for round 4. We've got Nightfall on Marsoc trying to extend their lead. Zamboni and Pero going off on their own from the north spawn. This is the north quick spawn. Sheer Colt. Gramster gonna be the first one taking early shots onto Shen. Gonna get that early kill right behind Uplink. I can't see that far. I'm bad at this game. Brides Preston picking up Zamboni, Pepperoni, Sheer Colt getting the refrag over here somewhere. Auto utility going out. Another really tall flash. That will not have hit anyone, mostly because there's no one there. Is a 3v4 in Nightfall's favor. Sheer Colt doing the most of the shooting. Oh, we got more shots coming out. I think those are coming from Vexed, actually. Gramster and Vexed will trade out. That's full kills on both of them. Bring us to a 3v2.5. Savory Pickle knocking Pero. Pero just downed. Pero just downed. Maybe Resable? I don't know about the lines. There's so much stuff in between there. There may be a line to that body. I can't be certain. It's definitely Smoke Resable. Oh yeah, he's down low enough.
Backside hanger, right side. Back right
yeah, he's definitely low enough that can be rezzed. I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. Colt putting more fire onto probably backside hanger, as was the call out. Big Red getting the revive. Taking us back to a 3v2 as we approach the 4-minute mark. A much more aggressive push from Nightfall. They covered terrain a lot quicker, but then again, they also had the quick spawn. Which does help. Shots coming out from Volk. I think those were from PS Will. Smoke coming in. That I don't think is going to block anyone, although it might help if Pickle tries to rotate back in. Do have the 3 Marsoc approaching in a pretty decent line. PS Will finds Sheer Colt out in front. Savory Pickle finds Big Red, leaving just Pero. Quick swing from a 3-2 to a 2-1 in the opposite way. Pero slows up. Might be able to hear Pickle, not sure. Oh, that'll give it away. Pero and Pickle will trade on a flick. Good defense from Deathwish, tying them up at 2-2. This is what happened on the last map. Got 2 points early, got a 2-point lead for one team, and then the other team came back and took 4 in a row. Nightfall got a little bit of lead here. Let's see if Deathwish is going to come back and take them all. Deathwish will be coming back in for a Marsoc round, and they will have the double hanger OBJ. If they can secure that cap, they will take the map and tie the match. We'll see if that's what happens once we hear those beeps. And there are the beeps. Let's get you brought back over. Death Wish on Marsoc. Nightfall on Volk. Double hanger OBJ.
Let's go this way.
Oh, nope. Preston gonna change his mind, go back the other way. Not gonna push out with Pickle and Vex. Gonna catch up with Shin instead. There was a third one I thought came this way. Let me check my map. Oh no, the third one, I think that was PS Will going off on a little bit of a flank to the southeast. Gonna push to... Oh, PS Will actually might be making the first contact here in the south. Let's go check in on that. You know what? There's a faster way to get there. They've got Sheer Colt up ahead. Colt is kind of watching more towards the middle, if their character model is to be believed. But they certainly won't be ignoring this east pass. Shot coming out from someone. Long shot. Yeah, PS Will going to be running into Colt. Let's see who's going to be ready for it. I think they're into audio range at this point. Colt holding steady. Oh my god, lasers. Guys, oh, I always forget lasers. I forgot it for the whole first map. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why those aren't on by default. Sheer Colt gonna get the kill on PS Will while I'm talking about casting. Shin, I think, probably got hit by that flash. But they are going to get the refrag onto Sheer Colt. Let's see if they go back for the confirm as Colt is just downed. Somebody's laser coming over there. They do get the confirm. Don't know whose laser it was. Somebody was searching the area. Didn't get anywhere near Shin though. Evening us out at a 4v4. Shin talking a lot. I'm not making out much of it. Come back over here with these three. We've got Preston, Vexed, and we had Savory Pickle, but Pero's going to take him out with the SKS from across the lake. Pero's there at the snow berm. I thought Pero was going to be up on the hill there where Big Red is. That's a common spot. Preston and Vexed having a good time with it though, even though they just watched their friend get shot in the face. Big Red gonna find Shin.
Possible -1.
Not sure about it. Calls out the possible, but that was a clean kill. It's a kind of a tough peek too. Bring us to a 4v2 with just Preston and Vexed over by the bunker. They are rotating out. Oh, that's not the button, that's the button. Rotating out and heading back to the southeast. Let's see what these guys get into. Looks like they might be rotating all the way around to the south approach. Shin was able to clear out Sheer Colt over here earlier, but Big Red did have a good line on it on one of the crossings. Getting that refrag onto Shin. Don't know what that shot was. Oh, I guess they did see the cross. That's Big Red again.
Possibly going for a res.
Calling out they may be going for a res. That is not what's happening. Preston getting out in front a little bit. Vexed rotating again. Vex catching back up with Preston. Preston moving back a little bit lakeside. Might be exposing himself to Big Red again. I don't think so. 45 seconds left on the clock. Oh, I just checked that. These guys better hurry. They're gonna time out. They're gonna hear this beep and not know what hit them. Vex pushing a little bit fast. I think Vex might have checked the time. Vex is gonna pick up Zamboni as my camera swings a little poorly. Sorry about that. Big Red gets the refrag. 2v1. 20 seconds left for Preston to pick up 3 kills or get that cap out. This one's gonna be tough. This one's gonna be 10 seconds. They will find Gramster. If they got a 2-second cap, they can still make it. Pero's gonna get back there for the refrag though. Nope, time runs out. Time runs out. Pero rotates in, gets the kill. If Preston had 5 more seconds and was a 2-second capper, they might have been able to pull that off. As it stands, Nightfall is going to get their 3rd point here on Snow Peak. On a pretty solid defense. A lot of work from Big Red on that round. Making, they had two good kills and made a lot of call-outs. When we do come back in, it will be Nightfall's turn to attack the double hanger OBJ. Deathwish gonna be fighting for their life again.
Can I get on my tub?
Alright, there were the beeps, now we got them loaded back in. You might have heard it, that was a quick spawn. Oh, and it's a round reset. Let's see if anybody shoots. Anybody gonna shoot? Once upon a time, when there was a round reset, you'd have a knife fight with your teammates. I kinda miss those days. But no one does shoot, that's wise when you're on Marsoc. Even if they are all dead, they just might hear and give away some important information. Not sure what happened on, or what triggered the round reset, if someone didn't load in or what. I was over in the spawn, but it was Deathwish that reset. But once we get new beeps, we'll get you back over and we'll do round, I think this is round 6 coming up.
Don't shoot, do not shoot, do not shoot.
Oh, and it looks like we're gonna get a round reset from Nightfall this time. Not sure what happened there, but it happened. Round reset after round reset. We'll see. We'll see if we get third time's a charm. Oh, and I just got a message from Discord. They're having some technical difficulties, so we're gonna hang out for a minute. I think yeah, I'm gonna check in on what's going on. I'll be right back with you guys in just a moment. All right. I think my stream is still working. I'm honestly not sure. During the middle of that, my internet cut out. Everything stopped working. My Onward crashed. But I got some updates. It seems like everything on my end is working again, so that's cool. I also found out that the host of the lobby had some technical difficulties and had to restart their game, and so we are now on a timeout. I'm not sure how far into the timeout we are or how much time we have left. But that's where we are right now. I just realized I'm still on the stream starting screen. Let's get back to the scoreboard so that at least looks a little better. So once again, we've got 9 in the lobby. We're just waiting for that 10th player to get their technical difficulties sorted out. And then we will be loading back in on Snow Peak. We're on map 2, Snow Peak. It is a 3-2. Nightfall will be on Marsoc. Oh, and right as they start the round, my Onward crashes. That's awesome. Alright, well, they're all good to go again. That's awesome. I don't want to trouble them with my dropping, so unfortunately this will just have to be a surprise for them when they get back. This is round 6 on Snow Peak. Potential map point for Nightfall. Death Wish is on Volk, so they are just fighting for their life. They cannot cap and win. They just need to hold out and force that round 7 decider. hopefully we can get this all restarted and get back in before the round's over. I'm sorry guys that we're having so many issues lately. It's a little bit the game is a mess, and it's a little bit my PC's a mess. There's both of those, if we're honest. But yeah, just reloading onward, and once I'm back in that lobby, I will jump in and we'll see the action. Alright, we're back in. Looks like it's a 3v4. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. My game's gonna crash again. Oh my god. I'm really sorry guys. This happens sometimes. Yeah, I'm restarting again. I'll have you back as soon as I can. Well, it appears that Deathwish won that round. We now have a 3-3. We now have a 3-3. I don't really know what happened other than Deathwish won. So kudos to them pushing it to a round 7 decider. That's exciting, especially after all of that fuss. Especially after all that fuss to have a high tension round 7 decider. Camera lags out a little bit as they load in. That's pretty common. That happens a lot when they load in. It just scares me right now since the game's a little crashy. Alright, so this time we've got Deathwish. I'm sorry I'm not doing the team names just because I'm just not changing things. I don't have to. Deathwish on Marsoc, Nightfall on Volk. I'll try and say that a couple more times just to be safe. Getting a 3-2 split here from Deathwish. Probably should have just rode along with someone. It's hard to fly through these tunnels. PS Will out in front. It's a Shack OBJ. I forgot to mention that. Sorry, guys. Shack OBJ. Looks like Big Red's gonna be the first encounter for our eastern push, our garage push. Shin and Savory coming through the Horseshoe Pass. Or actually, Shin's rotating around. It looks like they're going over on towards Bunker. Because it was just PS Will who came this way through the garage. Those other two diverted back around by Murder Room with their friends. PS Will and Big Red finding the first engagement. PS Will putting some shots off. Big Red's head just barely peeking over there. Oh, I think PS Will saw something. He just flicked a little. No, maybe not. Not sure. I don't know. Ooh. Computer lagging a little bit. PS Will putting some shots in. Not sure if that flash connected or not. PS Will gonna throw their own flash out. Ooh. Depending on... I don't think that would have connected either. PS will finally get that pick onto Big Red. Zamboni Pepperoni gonna down Shin. Oh, and Pero coming out of nowhere. Brett's Preston getting the refrag onto Zamboni, but I'm still hung up on Pero coming out of nowhere for this refrag, for that kill onto PS Will. Bring it to a 4v3 in Deathwish's favor. Got Savory trying to distract Sheer Colt a little, I think, while the other three push up from the south. Savory making some noise here in the east. Shin going down. I missed it. I was looking at something else. Gramster. "3v3, don't know what Gramster was calling out. It sounded like they said 3-1 right now, but that's not accurate. So I think they must have been saying something else. They will go down to Vexed. They were not ready for Vexed at all, making it a 3-2. Sheer Colt also gonna go down. I think Sheer Colt was over there on the back of the Heskos, leaving just Pero with 3 Deathwish pinching here on map point. This is map point for Deathwish on Marsoc. It's match point for Pero, the last one up for Nightfall on Volk, and Pero's gonna go down to Vexed from that little southern alley there. Deathwish gonna get that last kill, giving them the 4-3 win here on Snow Peak, their map pick. Let's get that scoreboard. Oh, I did it wrong. I always do the scoreboard wrong. Let me get that updated for you real quick before I get it brought over, since I did do it wrong. That's supposed to say 4-3. That's what it really is. 4-3 for Deathwish on Snow Peak. Bringing us to a map 3 decider, y'all. That's cool. I love map 3 deciders. Don't know what map 3 is going to be. All 10 players have exited the lobby, so I'm going to exit too. Let's see. Hey, my menu's still working. All right. For those who don't know, frequently now when you're in the spectator mode, after you leave a lobby, the menu doesn't work anymore and you have to restart. But I didn't have to restart again, which is awesome because I've had to restart, I think, 6 times in this cast. Bazaar is going to be our 3rd map. Let me get that up on the board while the menu loads. Bazaar is going to be the 3rd map. We're going to get... What are we going to get? We're going to get some stuff. We're going to get Nightfall back on Marsoc, and we're going to get Deathwish back on Volk. This is Nightfall's map pick. And I'm going to do some caster stuff while we get these teams loaded in and this map booted up. All right, let's get you brought in for wait, where? There it is. There it is. Okay, let's get you brought in for round 1 here on Bazaar. And oh my god. Game crashed. I'll be back with you in a moment.
There's one dead, they just revived one.
Shin's gonna revive Vex, bringing it to a 5v3 here in the second round on Bazaar. 5v2, Preston picks up Gramster in the southwest. leaving Pepperoni and Blue Room Sheer Cult here across the South Road. This is a tough spot to be in. They don't really have on-objective defense. I mean, Zamboni's technically their on-objective defense, but Sheer Cult gonna pick up downing Preston in the southwest. Zamboni gonna get the confirm 2v4 now. Zamboni rotating back. That's a wise rotate. Oh, but Vexed gonna pick him up from across the street, leaving just Sheer Cult alive. Actually, I meant to jump in with Sheer Cult, not jump out. They do have a good line on that street crossing, but it does look like PS Will has already made it across, so this could be a cap opportunity for Death Wish. I'm sorry I don't have the team names up right now. My game's just being such a jerk. I don't want to do anything. That kill shooting is going to give away Sheer Cult's position. They're worried about someone else coming from Preston's side. They don't know is that PS Will is there with tablet out. This is going to be a cap. 3 up for Death Wish, and there the send goes out. PS Will and Shin gonna get the final kill right at the end. That was PS Will with the cap, giving a 3-0 lead for Death Wish here on Bazaar. Let me get that up on the scoreboard. Actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we're not going to go to the scoreboard. I'm scared of everything right now. So we're just going to stay here. We're going to hang out right here while we wait for them to load back in.
Well, we got a cap now, basically.
Alright, we do have a new objective. It's going to be the southeast courtyard. Got Nightfall here on the north spawn beyond Kiat on Super Bright Bazaar. I have not seen all of the updates to Bazaar. Some of them I like. Some of them I don't have a strong opinion on, but it's too bright. It's just too bright. Getting aggressive push here on the east. Sheer Cult all the way across Main Street. Getting kind of out in front by themselves, though. Shots coming out from over by Kiat, I think. That's Pero back there still. Excuse me. Do have somebody. Who's that in the southwest? Big Red went west out of spawn by themselves and has already made it to Split Street in the south. Nightfall covering a lot of territory quickly. You see Sheer Cult also in the south. Bruds Preston seems pretty keyed in over here. I wonder if they heard a footstep. Preston gonna pick up Big Red. Colt moving around very dangerously. I don't know what happened there. I think Preston must have been flashed. Preston does seem to have seen Colt and will get the pick from the rear. Cramster gonna pick up Savory Pickle over here though, making it a 3v4. I think that's Shin putting shots on to Zamboni, maybe? Zamboni gonna get the shots. Pero getting Bruts. Preston in the south. It's now a 2v3. Swing in the other way as Zamboni pushing in. PS Will gonna get the kill. Gramster gonna get the refrag. 2v1. Just vexed here on OBJ. But Pero is gonna take the kill. Pero had the shots, took the kill. 3v1, 3-2-1 for Nightfall, clawing back here on Bazaar. Let's try the scoreboard. Let's see if it works. 3-1, Nightfall, clawing a point back in the third round. This was the third round because of the cap from Deathwish last round. When we come back in, it will be Deathwish's turn to attack the southeast courtyard OBJ. We'll get you brought back over once we hear those beeps.
Oh, free fire.
Alright, there were the beeps. Got a southwest spawn for Deathwish here, trying to secure the map and the match. 1-1 tie on the match. 3-1 on the map. PS Will putting out a little bit of pre-fire, a little bit of a delayed pre-fire. Shin and Savory both pushing with PS Will in the south. Who was that? Vexed and Preston making a northern push going on. It looks like there's going to be one sheer cult over there in the bazaar. It's the north flank. Oh, on the other side. Preston ready for it though. Going to down sheer cult on the other side of Kiat. Has Savory Pickle making their way across Split Street. Trying to peek through the cracks. Almost having a line where they could see Pero.
Y'all good?
Preston getting the confirm onto Colt. Pickle with some interesting information. Wondering, asking if it's Pero or Graham. It was indeed Pero. Oh, Pickle backtracking on me. Pickle, make up your mind. I'm flying with you, bro. Come on. Oh, Vexed OVL making a push. Let's catch up with that. Flashlight trap on the yellow fridge. Whole lot of MCX shots going out somewhere else. Nobody dies. Those shots probably not a big deal, as they would have heard those footsteps well in advance. Vexed getting Gramster, but going down to Big Red on a quick refrag. PS Will finding Big Red 4v2. This is a good approach from Deathwish. Circling on the objective. Zamboni's in a good spot, but it is a meta spot, so they'll be knowing to check it. Savory already guessing that Pero was in that spot. Pero not electing to rotate. Zamboni picking up Savory and PS Will. Bring us to a 2v2 as Shin makes a quick swing onto Pero. Zamboni coming back. Is Preston... Oh, what's going to happen? Is it going to be a cap? Nope. Shin pulls out, gets gun back up. And Shin finds the final kill on to Zamboni Pepperoni, giving Deathwish a 4-1 win on Bazaar. It's also going to give Deathwish a 2-1 win on the match. Alright. Well played to both teams. Despite all of the technical difficulties, thank you for those who stayed with us through all of that trouble. Quick little recap on Arctic. We saw Deathwish come out strong, and then Nightfall took 4 points in a row back. I think they had a cap in there as well. Then going into Snow Peak, we had all of the trouble. That broke up everybody's timing and everybody's rhythm, and Deathwish was able to pull out the win, coming back from a little bit of a disadvantage on a round 7 decider. That was cool. And then coming into Bazaar, Deathwish had found their stride. They linked up, they were feeling good, and took a 4-1. I think they had a cap on that map as well. Yes, PS Will did have a cap. So, well played to both teams, with the exception of maybe that last round on Bazaar where Deathwish looked so strong. It was a very even match all the way across the board. Yeah, a lot of good we saw. So thank you to Nightfall and to Deathwish for playing and for inviting me out here to watch. Thank you to you, the viewers, for checking us out at home. My name's been Bob the Gamer. I'll catch you next time. Y'all have a good night.